Hello, my name is Thomas Shelowise with I Train Pickleball. Hello, my name is Thomas Shelowise with I Train Pickleball, and today I'm going to share a pickleball fitness tip. Okay, so as you notice in pickleball play, if you haven't, I've noticed a lot of what we call forward shoulders. So these are the shoulders that are forward, and it could be from work-related, overuse, but just everything because it's here, everything migrates that way, right? And so when we get into pickleball, that shoulder movement that's forward is really a limitation on the mobility of how far our shoulder can rotate and pivot, right, during open play. And of course, that's very important because we're using a paddle, we're hitting the ball, and we want to make sure that we have a stable shoulders when we do that movement. Okay, so you'll notice that I'm kneeling. What we're going to do is a kneeling reverse fly band stretch or band exercise. Okay, so you'll notice that starting with the feet, that I'm in 90 degrees here, my heel's under my knee, my knee is under my hip, and my toe is tucked under back here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up tall, and I'm going to activate this glute by squeezing it. I'm going to take my belly button and pull it towards my spine. All right, so that is where I want to be neutral. Now there's going to be a few things that are going to happen and why I do it in a kneeling position. And the biggest reasons why I'm showing this in kneeling position, because when we stand, we have a tendency to want to lean back into the exercise, especially when it starts getting harder, to kind of help us move the resistance on the band, and we don't want that. Okay, so this taking your lower body out of it will limit that a lot. Okay, but we still want to be cognizant of that. So as I pull back, I don't want to be leaning. I want to stay up tight. This is where the glute and the core and the abs come into play to stabilize you. All right. So the process here is we're going to take this here and we're going to pull back, right? And as we do that, we don't want to lean back. The next thing that's going to want to happen is you're going to want to shrug your shoulders when you pull back as it gets harder. And so we don't want to do that either, because now we're using a whole nother set of muscles that we don't want to be using in strengthening, right? So every time you do this, I want you to shrug your shoulders and then relax, okay? And then do the rep, all right? So that's the next thing. And then the third thing that we want to look out for is our head. So sometimes when it gets hard too, we'll pull forward, our head will come forward, okay? And again, that's activating other muscles or bringing in other muscles in the exercise that we don't want to be in there. So what we're going to do is get everything set, activate, shrug, drop, and then I'm going to bring my head up, and then I'm going to tuck my chin down. And now we'll bring my ears back over my head back over my shoulders, right where I want it to be, and now I'm in a neutral position. So here I am, okay? So squeeze the tuck, abs drawn in, shrug, drop, head up, down, and I'm going to pull back, right? And so the last two things we want to add is, one is when we bring our arms back, we want our shoulder blades to rotate back, and we want to try and touch those. I'm not saying everyone's going to be able to, but you want to try to get as close as you can without hurting yourself, obviously, but bring it back as far as you can until you feel those shoulder blades get as close as they can, right? And then the last thing is when we pull back, we want to breathe out, and when we bring forward, we want to breathe in. So it's breathing out and breathing in. So we're looking to do 3 sets, starting out with 12 reps and work our way up to 20 reps, okay, on both sides. And yes, when you rotate, I would switch knees, right? So I'm going to start first set on my right knee, then I would switch to my left knee and do the next set. That way you're not all on one and you won't wear your leg out, right? So that is a very simple exercise that we can do. This is actually the second step in the process of the forward shoulders. I actually have a video on stretching the major muscle groups, the pectoral and the lats or the latissimus dorsi, So you can watch those videos. That's the first step, getting those muscles to release. And then this would be the second step, to activate and strengthen the back muscles to get those shoulders to sit back over. Again, my name is Tom Michelle Wise, and that's today's Pickleball Fitness Tip.